that's what she's going to get the Jim shirt on. But yeah, that's a shirt. I'm just with the nature.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Yeah, and that's what this is for.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's one of Jim's.
Oh.
Hi, my name is Gary Moisen. I had the pleasure of working with Jim for many, many years in the bush, firefighting, silviculture work, fire abatement. He was a true friend of mine. We were at one time going to start a fire company together, but his passion for the parks was a little bit stronger. As you guys know, that he was a practical joker all the time. And, well, it kind of grows on you. And over the years of firefighting, I decided to play a trick on him one time. And for the entire summer, we started calling him E-Riff. And he was kind of taken back by it. He didn't know what it meant. And we were on a fire in the cusp area. We were coming back on the ferry, and he had his firefight shirt off, and he put it down on the ferry, and he realized what it was, because it was fire spelled backwards. So for years and years and years, he was kind of adamant about, why would you do that to me? And it's just like, well, Jim, with everything you did to all the rest of us, it was only fitting. Anyways, I really miss him. He's a really good friend of mine. I really hope that you guys carry the flame forward, as that would be a part of his legacy to all of us. He was a true inspiration to anybody that worked in the bush. And I know from having spent some time with him over the years, he truly will be missed. But hey, have a beer and a smile and see if you can get a practical joke in there too.
Hello everybody, I'm Joanne Sedarius from the Kokanee Creek Nature Center, and it's always hard to say goodbye. I know from Jim off and on for about 9 years. I first met him, as Kendra said, in a smelly Jerry the Moose outfit, and also spent some time with him on the spawning channel, and watched him talking to people about this and that, almost anything but fish and bears. But hey, people really liked having Jim the Ranger out there. And I was there when he was, when we were doing training, and he'd bring I call them the junior rangers. I know they're the student rangers. He would bring them in, and you know, they were lucky to have him as a mentor, and all the wealth of information that he gave them. And I guess just mostly, it's going to be very odd. There's going to be an emptiness, because there was that big grin, that big laughter, and I didn't always know what he was on about, but but he had a huge heart, and I think I'll be seeing him on the channel for a while. But anyway, thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name's Peter. My son Nathan, my wife and I have our son Nathan. He was in the Cubs and the Scouts with Jim as his leader, and it made such a profound impact on Nathan's life, as it did for many other young people. All the lovely words that were said this afternoon I fully concur with, but it strikes me that there's been something missing, and I'd like you to sing a song with me. And can you think of the song that I'm going to suggest? Because he was a jolly good fellow. for he's a jolly good fellow. Come on, start with it. Let's remember is for Jim. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. And we'll all miss him very terribly.
We will. Yeah.
That was good. Some music for Jim. That was always part of Jim's. My name's Arnie Glavin. I used to be his fishing partner. For years we went around fishing. When he first bought the house over here, you know, we started coming out here, and anytime he saw them, we would be down here fishing the mouth of the Kokanee when we could, and he'd see any ranger there, and he'd be befriending them, and it was always his pipe dream to be the ranger. And it was his pipe dream to be work with the ambulance. I remember we studied to do get our fishing guide license together. We studied to do the ambulance together, and he had so much enthusiasm for the ambulance that we were doing the practice run, and of course he ran in to save everyone, and of course he became the victim. And he was a down person, and he was just it just felt so awful about that, because he just thought he had it all. And I just remember I was like the only one everyone ran in to save, and Jim was just so upset with himself about being the victim after that, not being able to save everyone. The music that, you know, he used to love, we used to always have the Sugar Ray Crank, because he loved that, because everyone bought that album because of the I Want to Fly there, and it was such a radio friendly song, but everything else was so fast paced, and just all his inappropriate things. He'll definitely be missed, and as everyone said, he was a force to be positive, and just wanted to say, yeah, glad I could be here.
And I got to know Jim first through Scouts and then as a friend. And as we were driving over here today, I was thinking about, he was really a mentor, maybe not formally, but formally and informally, for being professional, motivated, and funny. All these great qualities about being a great person. And with the Cubs, the Scouts, the Guides, I still know some of them. They've all turned into adults now, and I see a piece of Jim has rubbed off on so many of them, especially what Sherry was saying about the spirit of adventure. So I just want to say thanks, Jim, for that. That made a great thing in a lot of people's lives.
You got a story? Yeah. Okay. Gentle.
Jesus Christ. So this story isn't directly from me. It's from my amazing support worker. His name is Amos. So we were at my school. I went to Selkirk College with Allison as my teacher. And we were just talking about Jim one day, like we always do. And Amos, I showed him a picture, and he's like, I know that dude. And I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah, Jim gave me a ticket once. It was for his dog, but because Jim did not like dogs in parks, as we all know. And so Jim went over to Amos's house to give him the ticket, and then purposely or may have accidentally lost it because he was such an amazing guy, and we had the beer in the like parking lot of my school one day because of Jim.
My name is Tressa. I went on 2 of the Youthful Yeti treks with Jim. I was a guide. I can't tell you in any short amount of time just how much those treks meant to me as a young person, how confident they made me feel. But I actually just wanted to share a memory from a couple months ago, because I didn't see Jim all that much on a daily basis. I didn't work with him. So I ran into him a couple months ago, and I had just taken on a second job. I was really stressed and overwhelmed. And there was Jim, and Sherry and Kate were in the car, and we just had a brief conversation where he mentioned that he had been at the office too much lately and wanted to get out. And I was just thinking, oh right, that's the solution, to go hiking with Jim, because that'll bring everything back to what's right again. But I didn't feel like there was an urgency, because there was Jim, and he was the same as I remembered him being, just a constant. So I didn't think that there needed to be a hike anytime soon. I thought it's okay when I have some time, when I have a moment, I'll be able to go hiking with Jim. And I just wanted to say that I'm going to start hiking again a lot more, and I'm going to take Jim with me at every single hike. And yeah, as we all know, he really was something special.
Yep. You're a little bit taller than
Just a touch. Hi guys, my name's Ben. Like the 3rd or 4th person up here to say I started with scouting and then became Jim's friend. A lot of great memories from that time, but my favorite memory with Jim is from Jen's wedding. Hi Jen. Was the night of the rehearsal dinner. And we didn't get an invite to the rehearsal dinner because we were gonna embarrass them in front of the Albertan in-laws, I think.
probably.
So her parents sat Sherry, Kate, Jim, and myself down and were like, we're gonna have a barbecue after. There's one picnic table at this lake. Go sit at it. Do not move. And so we did, and it was nice because it kind of forced Jim to slow down and just sit in one spot for a few hours. And we just had a nice little talk and, a couple of drinks. It was a nice afternoon. That's all I got.
Me again. Yeah, so I was Jim's supervisor. I don't know if you guys knew that, but like for 8 years. And so I was like, hey, guys, like 1 second. You look like you're working really, really hard. Jim had such a good time. We all had such a good time with him. It was the most wonderful thing. But he brought so much to work. I'm kind of gesturing because I think there's some more really great stories that are out there that want to be shared, and so please come on up.
I have a quick little story about Jim. A few years ago, Jim and we were in the Kokanee Creek storage yard, and Jim brought me there because he told me that he needed help putting a sign on the outside of the bear trap. And what he needed me to do was to go in the bear trap and hold a nut. And then he was going to tighten it from the outside. So I didn't question this. I crawled in the trap and I was like, Jim, I'm ready. I've got the nut. And then, boom, the door slammed shut.